How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today we're going to try to fix my cheap Lamborghini's broken convertible roof. And as always, I have no money to do it. Yeah, that sounds realistic. So for those of you new to this channel, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys like it. And if you like what you see, consider subscribing. It would really spread the word that this car is gonna get done. And this car, well, it's almost there, guys. It's almost there. This car is my 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, and I have done a lot of work to it. It is the cheapest one in the country. It has a 6-speed manual transmission, has a twin turbo kit, and it makes a sound like this. But even though the car sounds really, really good, it is not perfect. It is very far from perfect. There are a lot of things that don't work on the car, a lot of expensive things, namely the front lift system, the system that allows the car to go over speed bumps without destroying its really expensive bumpers, and the convertible top. This is a Spider after all. This has a really cool foldable soft top back here. But I got the car and it just wasn't working. These two systems are quite expensive and they're quite complicated, but I think that we can get to them. I think that we can actually fix these things without having it be a 4-digit or 5-digit bill. So I actually did a little bit of work off camera, and I just removed some of the more egregious faults in this system. I think the issue is not anything mechanical. I think mechanically everything works. I can manually put the top up and down, even though it takes a long time. But I think the problem is electrical, because this car obviously had a little bout with fire. It had a little bit of a fire on this side and also that side, but this side got the brunt of it, as you can see by the paint missing from this panel. Fire originated down here. It was a gas fire, and the fire basically melted a bunch of the components up here. It wasn't that bad. Nothing major melted, no brake lines, nothing like that. Well, some of the electrical connectors here, they didn't really fare very well. This is an electrical connector for the hydraulic system for one of the rams to control the rear bonnet, the thing that covers up the engine. So this is just charred. Let me show you. Yeah, take a look at that. That is no bueno. That is really, really bad. And I wager that this is one of the reasons why we don't have a working system. Now, I have checked all of the fuses. I checked all the fuses, the relays. There are 2 fuse boxes in this car, and all of them have perfect fuses. Actually, I had one fuse that was blown, and that was early on, and that got replaced. But everything else seemed to check out. So these cars have ECUs for everything, and the roof control ECU is its own little thing. So I think if it sees that there's weird voltage going on, it just shuts the entire system down. In fact, if I turn on the car, if I leave the car in the on position and I press both the up and down buttons, I can hear the relays clicking for the roof. So that means that there is some electrical connectivity going on, but something is preventing that from happening. Something is preventing the operation from happening. So what I'm going to do in this episode is I am just going to bypass this. I'm going to wire this instead of having a connector. I actually am going to get a connector from Amazon. I'm going to order it, but just to see if the system works, I have to bypass this. I'm going to cut and splice into the main harness, and then I'm going to put on the bonnet. We're going to bolt it all down, and then we're going to see if plugging everything in will lead to a result where I can actually use this awesome top, because I love the way this car looks when the top is up. It's actually quite classy, and also I'd like to drive in the rain without getting wet. Now, the other part of the equation is this bonnet panel. This is actually one big piece of carbon fiber, and if I wanted to buy this brand new, it would be well over $10,000. It's a good thing that this is in okay shape. I mean, it does have a few scratches and nicks and stuff, but it's nothing bad. This nasty harness is one part of it, but there was also a fire that affected some of this. This is actually for the fuel door. This is wiring to go into the fuel door release. There's 2 wires, just basically a power and ground, going from this is a rear spoiler ECU. Again, this car has so many ECUs. So I'm gonna have to trace the wires back from this, and then we're gonna replace these wires, because without this, I can't open up my gas cap. And well, my gas cap's right here. The mechanism is right here. You know, I mean, I'd like to fill this up with gas at some point, but I wager that if the ECU sees that there's some funky voltage going on here, it might not work. So I want to make sure that everything is accounted for. So we're also going to be fixing the wires here. This is not going to be a permanent solution, by the way. This is just going to be something temporary, just so we can mock everything up and make sure everything works. So when I actually get the correct wires, the correct gauges, and correct colors, that means that I can just button everything up, and the car will be as good as stock. But for now, I want to really get this going. This is really complicated, actually. So this panel is actually pretty cool. This used to have a movable wing, so it used to come up at speed, and all the mechanism is still here, although the wing is deleted, and that made way for a carbon fiber wing, which I shouldn't bump around because it is quite expensive. But this thing will be getting refinished at some point, and the wing has a provision for a camera here, and also it has a third brake light, which doesn't really look all that great. But yeah, we can fix this thing. But if you look at the actual bonnet panel, you'll see that there's a lot of stuff going on here. You have wiring, you have pneumatic lines, you have motors here. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I might delete everything here just because, since we don't have the movable wing, I'm just going to save some weight, because this car, well, it's not a Superleggera, but we can go in that style. I do want to save a little bit of weight where I can, and also make the car a little more simple. So I'm looking at the wiring, and the wiring for everything else looks pretty intact. Nothing is burnt or broken or busted, or another B word, I don't know. But the only wiring issue is right here. So it looks like all we have to do is change this, just wire this up and fix this wire, and then we should be good to go. So fingers crossed. All right, just as always, we ran into a slight problem, and that has to do with the wiring of this car. But first things first, there is a silver lining. We did get something done, and that is this. If I move this out of the way. The gas cap door is functional. So all we had to do was just fix the wires here. Obviously, this is not going to be a permanent solution. This is just a temporary solution. I just wanted to see if the wiring was the issue, and the wiring was the issue. So the gas cap door can open, and I can fill it up with that sweet, sweet gas. Now, the issue lies back here. First of all, this whole panel, very hard to put on by yourself. I did have my wife help me just to get it into the general area, but to hook everything up, it is quite the pain in the butt, just because it is very cumbersome. It's not exactly the lightest thing in the world, even though it is all carbon fiber. That big aluminum piece, it's actually a little, it's a little on the heavy side. This issue is the fact that this connector, I have no idea where it goes. And this connector is integral to the soft top opening and closing, because this goes into a micro switch, and that is called the bonnet open and close micro switch. It's one of two. Actually, it's one of many. There's one right there, there's one right there. That one's connected, but this, I have no idea where it's going. I have looked all around here. I have looked all across the car, and I can't see any corresponding plug that goes into this this female plug. And I'm still going to be looking around, but it's just one of those things that it just destroys your morale when you can't find something. Not only that, I thought I found the plug because there's another plug right here, but it's literally the identical plug. It's another female plug. It's a 3-prong with it's a 3-prong plug, but one plug is blanked out, so there's only 2 prongs. And yeah, there's 2 3-prong plugs. I have no idea what they're for. I assume that this one was something for the stock exhaust that had some sort of switchable baffle that made it a little more loud, but this is definitely something we're gonna need to deal with. And it doesn't make any sense for me to do any wiring on that side, especially because I don't have the pigtail that I need. I'd rather wait for that and then do the wiring the right way instead of hacking into the harness. But if you guys can have any insight, if you know anybody with a Gallardo Spider, I mean, it's a pretty tall order, but I have no idea where this goes. Maybe there's something missing from my car, but I have looked around. It doesn't look like anything was hacked, anything was busted. Everything else is pretty on point. I am missing this little bolt that's not the stock bolt. I just put one in there. I have to get one of these, maybe order it. But the hydraulic cylinders, they actually look in decent shape. The same thing with the struts. They actually they do hold, but I'm just I just have this good old plank of wood here, just because you can't be too certain. If you look over here, I didn't delete the stock spoiler pusher thingies. I don't know what to call them. The stock spoiler system, because I don't know if the spoiler ECU is going to throw a code. I don't know if it's going to be, if it's going to play nice with the soft top. So I want to make sure that everything works as it should. I haven't connected this rod yet because this is where our wiring is going to go. Our wiring actually goes in here. It's like a magnetic switch, and it goes here and also down here. So when I have the pigtail, when I get the pigtail, I'm going to wire it in, and then this is going to go on, and then all I have to do is connect it to right here, and then we should be good to go on that front. But I am perplexed, I am confuzzled, and a lot of other things. I have no idea where this goes. I assume it's somewhere in this vicinity, but I can't figure it out because there is this weird aluminum foil thing. Maybe this is not the right plug, but it seems like an OEM style plug other than the aluminum foil. Just like always, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Now I know that probably didn't seem like a lot of work, but I was looking in my wiring diagram for this car. I actually bought the OEM Lamborghini wiring diagram, and they're laughably bad. They are beyond useless. In fact, they are so useless that I actually got more confused by looking at them. It's really, really bad. I wish that they made some sense. It has wrong wiring colors. It has pictures of the car when it's being assembled, so you have no reference points of anything. It's a really, really bad thing. So I'm going to be looking at this problem in the next few days, and I hopefully can get some good wiring advice, maybe from you guys, maybe just from the rest of the internet, or maybe I'll have to rip apart the entire thing again and just to find one little connector that maybe I missed, because that is definitely, it's a possibility. So, all right, I'm not psyched about this. I wanted this to work. I mean, we got the fuel door to work, so at least I can fill it up, but I'm not, you know. Well, we also got the top sort of on, so I can kind of put it on so I don't look like I'm riding dirty the whole way. Baby steps, I guess. Well, in any case, thank you for watching. I really enjoy sharing this experience with you, even though sometimes it's not as fruitful as I'd like it to be. And I'd like to extend an extra special thank you to all of my sponsors, all those people that signed up to the YouTube sponsor program. And you guys are just the best. If any of you that aren't sponsors want to sponsor my channel, please know that it's not to fund my life or some crazy Lamborghini or something. I'm not asking for money, but I am trying to expand the channel. I'm trying to expand the Tavarish brand. And I am starting a new channel on DIY step-by-step videos with a little bit of entertainment value, with some production value and some comedy. So that's what I want to do with my friend Andrew Howell. So we're going to start that in the next month, but we do need some support because, as you can imagine, doing a car channel where you have a car build that I'm not covering, like not my cars personally, but a car build that is attainable for anybody, that takes a little bit of money. So if you like the idea, then consider sponsoring, and I will be very appreciative. So I'll be giving you guys updates on all my cars and all my projects and all that stuff. And also you can get a live stream with me. It's a more one-on-one thing, and you know, you can give me suggestions on my channel and what I'm gonna do in the future. If you don't have enough of me talking about cars, then you can listen to my podcast. I have a Wrench Every Day podcast. Link will be in the description below. I have a very, very good partner, Mr. Andrew Howell, and he is super funny. So yeah, just watch it. If you like an episode, then continue watching it. It's a lot of fun to make, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it. So until next time, this is me telling you that on cars like this that have not working convertible tops, but soon to be working convertible tops, you guys need to wrench every day.